we should start working on the gusset plate first. And we have to clamp the end so it doesn't move. You may need an adult's help to clamp it. So what I've done is, since the gusset plate is 3 inches and we want to split it down the middle, is I've adjusted the right angle to half of 3 inches, which is 1.5. And I'm just going to put it like this and slide it all the way down. Very slowly and gently. Get to the clamp end, you have to stop. So you continue the line using the straight edge. Then you take the razor blade and you go gently and carefully down the line you've just made. You may want to hold it like a pencil. I've cut it so lightly that I didn't cut it all the way through. So now I'm going to cut it again until I do cut it all the way through. At the point you finish cutting it, you should be able to fold it in half. I've made a rough model of what our bridge will look like. Here's the end post, here's the other end post, and here's the vertical hip. Here's the top cord, here's the top gusset, here's the bottom cord, and here's the bottom gusset. I put the weights that I measured at the post office on the end of each stick. Then it turns out which weight should be for which function. Should the bottom be heavy or light? It turns out that the bottom should be light because balsa wood is stronger under tension. So we think that will make the whole bridge stronger. This is the same deal with the end post and the vertical hip. The end post is supporting the most weight, and the vertical hip is supporting the least. So we have the heavier pieces on the end post and the lighter pieces for the vertical hip. Now we're going to cut the vertical hips. What we could do is we could take the ruler and mark 6.5 inches, then do it again and again and again. But that would take too long. So instead we have this template. The template is 6.5 inches long, and that allows us to make all the bridges we have made and ever will make. We'll have the vertical hips 6.5 inches long. So what we do is we match the ends of the stick to the end of the template to the end of the piece of balsa wood. We'll mark it here. Now I'm going to show you how to make a template for the end post. You do this by taking a piece of wood and matching the corner to the mark you made previously. Then you're going to make 5 marks. The first mark at the top of the bottom cord on the left side. The second mark on the bottom of the top cord on the left side. The third one on the top of the top cord on the left side, and 2 more across from the ones that you just made. I marked the lines where I'm going to cut. Now, even though they're not 45-degree angle, I'm still going to cut them in the 40-degree angle slot in the miter box. I've already cut 2 of the 3 lines that were drawn on the piece of wood. I have 1 line left, and with it I'm going to cut a 1/4 inch deep notch that wraps around the top cord. But how do I cut a notch that's only a 1/4 inch deep? Well, I take some 1/4 inch scrap wood and I put it in my miter box so that when I saw it and when I hit the wood, I should stop sawing. Now I'm going to take the same pieces of scrap wood to finish the notch. I'll take these pieces of scrap wood in the same position, just out of the miter box now. And I'll take a smaller saw if it's easier, because it's easier for me, and I'll start sawing. Abracadabra, alakazam, make it fall off. Voila! There are two main parts to our end post template. The first part is the part that looks like the end post, with the notch cut into it. We use this part to find the angle and length of the end post. Once the piece of wood looks like this, you take the parallelogram part, place it on the right length and angle piece of wood, and you mark it. Make sure it's aligned first. And then you place it in the miter box the same way you placed it in with the template. And you can actually use the smaller pieces of wood, smaller saws for this.